What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man, Sauce. Hang on, buddy.
Good, mate. Good to be back for another show. There's a bit been happening in the world of sports, and obviously a bit of news in the hobby. What's transpiring, and we'll go over that a bit later in the show. Hobby talk. Dom, how's yourself?
I'm well, mate. I'm well. There's a bit of lemon activity going on all over the shop at the moment. So you get a couple down weeks, and then someone pops up, and there's something. And repacks happen to be the freaking topic of the month. When card porn into what was the other thing we had? Card porn into our little controversy, which we didn't even address on the round table. Funnily enough, no one asked us, and we're not going to address it. Followed by repacks. Like, what is going on? That's just typical hobby. There's always
We're not going to address it, Dom, because if the cards aren't returned, I'm not addressing nothing. Once the cards are returned to the rightful owner in that situation,
there should be an apology on this show from you to absolutely nobody, because Saucy does whatever he wants to do.
Demanding an apology, mate.
Welcome, James. Welcome. There's a bit that's been happening in obviously the sporting world as well. Our agenda tonight has the NBA, bit of Premier League football, SPL, Champions League, UFC. We'll get into the BKFC as well. I watched so much fighting over the weekend. I can't believe how much I watched. First time, probably the most I've watched in ever. I watched the Garcia fight, Sauce, in the boxing. I watched the BKFC. I watched the UFC card. I watched like the prelim. Sorry,
UFC card was a freebie on KO.
Yeah, I was watching all sorts of crap this weekend. So yeah, we'll get into UFC and then some hobby talk where I think a lot of stuff's gonna happen. The Simmons service cruises, Andrew. Yeah, well, they had two founding members, two original people from. We had a few other things back in the day, which we won't talk about on this podcast, that's for sure. We could give it to you along with our authentication wrap, which we said we're going to give, and the dingers. What else did we say? Our slabs, dingers, slabs, repacks. What else are we going to bring? Right, we got t-shirts, we got beanies, we got everything at Double Coverage. Everything. You want guest appearances? We can do that too. So, all right, let's get into it. So, it's NBA. What do we have today? The greatest thing of all time, the in-season tournament. First two teams into the semis, which are the Indiana Pacers with your boy Halliburton, who dominated once again. They defeated Boston Celtics today. And then your boy Zion didn't have the greatest game, but Brandon Ingram carried them over the line there against Sacramento. So they get the job done. So the first two teams in at the moment.
Vegas, heading to Vegas,
which is very nice. So anything stood out to you? One thing that stood out to me is the Lakers' defense is horrific. Like, based on a few games that I watched, not great. That's just me. So you can tell me I'm all over the shop or that I'm
things
right.
I see. I mean, look, as much as people want to have that hope that Philly's going to do something in the East, I can just see it right now. Joel Embiid's going to get burnt out. They just don't have the depth, I feel, coming off the bench. I mean, you had that. I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen the stat line in Philly's last game when Pat Bev started and he had like top scored 26 points. He's had something ridiculous. It's funny how like you get the start, you play that way, but when you come off the bench, you can't provide like that punch off the bench that you need in those minutes. So, look, I just can't see them having enough. The Lakers, don't worry about the Lakers. The Lakers are going nowhere. We're not doing anything this season. Lakers fans, the roster is just not good enough. In moments, let me just tell you right now, D'Angelo Russell is not going to turn up in 4 of the 7 games. You know what I mean? He's not going to turn up.
That's a problem. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. And we need him to turn up consistently. We need guys like Reeves to turn up consistently. I mean, he's been leading the second group. We need that. We're going to obviously need, guys like Rui and Cam Reddish to play at a high level and knock down shots. I don't have the confidence that they.
Do you think
Rui,
you get someone like DeRozan or Levine?
I don't think that. I don't even know if that helps. I don't even know if that helps the cause. So yeah, it's a tough one, but I just can't see it. Like the fact that LeBron's still the best guy. I mean, still at this point, he's trying to play less minutes, but he's still finding himself getting to 36 minutes a night. They were obviously trying something a little bit different in the season. But yeah, look,
I saw something crazy. There was obviously the stat in their 21st season, and he's averaging 24.4. And then the second highest, I think, was Dirk, which was like 7.9 points per game in their 21st season. And he's averaging 24.5. The other thing that I saw that was hilarious was like I'm a bit of foresight into the future where if Bronny does get drafted into the NBA. I saw this thing and it was, I can't remember who was leading it. Might have been Kobe. I think it was Kobe and his dad because his dad played in the NBA. It was like father-son all-time points ever. So when Bronny James starts his first game and hits his first point, even if he just hits a free throw, LeBron James has more points than all the father-son combos, like individually over time, just by himself as one guy. It's the stupidest thing I've ever freaking seen. It was like Dell Curry and Steph Curry at like 37,000 points combined. Kobe Bryant and his dad at like 38,500 points combined. And LeBron just more than all of them. It was just ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
It is crazy.
It's just the
consistency, just unbelievable. But yeah, enough about the Lakers. We're not going to do that much. It's interesting to see the dynamic, what's happening in Phoenix. You've got you're not really having too many games where Booker and Kevin Durant are playing at the same time. You got usually one resting, or they've been on and off. So hopefully they can set that right. And they're
in the fourth seed.
Booker, so yeah. I mean, this is what I mean. Like, it's interesting to see how that's developing because Beal, Durant, and Booker really haven't played consistently together, and they're doing so well already. I mean, they're sitting in the fourth seed. Should all those guys get back and actually get back to full health, what is that team going to really look like? It looks pretty dangerous. So yeah, they're definitely a team to watch. They're humming along nicely with a team, in a situation where all their stars aren't even playing consistently.
Well, surprise packets outside of Phoenix. Well, Phoenix really isn't a surprise packet, but Minnesota, probably Oklahoma are the first top two seeds in the West, which is a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise, but I can't see. I don't know if I see both those teams sticking it out and staying at the top.
Maybe.
Really interesting to see. I mean,
Rudy Gobert's playing so well at the moment.
Yeah, playing really well. Timberwolves are playing very well. No Anthony Edwards the last two games, and they've been able to get the dubs. So that's obviously confidence building for them. Being able to get it done without what I would say. I mean, people might say that Cat's their best guy, but I feel like Ant-Man's their best guy.
Ant-Man's the best guy. Are you kidding me? He's the best guy on that team. He's so good.
He is.
He's ridiculous. And funnily enough, remember when they thought that he wasn't interested in basketball and we gave him shit on this podcast, and now he's just dominating because he wanted to play football instead of basketball. Well, he's just one of those freak athletes that come along, mate, and probably could have done both.
Could have done both. Could have been Bo Jackson the second, mate.
Yeah. Any other surprises there? New Orleans really isn't a surprise. I know they're in the 8th seed. They're not a surprise because they played really well on the back end of last season.
Yeah, really, I think it was a bit of a chemistry issue. Then they had a few guys in and out. They're working out a bit, a few changes. But yeah, I think they'll come along. I expect the Pelicans. I mean, guys, they've got look. That's the only issue. They've got two guys on there that have got a history of injuries. In Zion and Ingram, as well, who has a tough run with injuries. So, can they stay fit? That's the biggest question.
That's the
If they do stay fit, they can obviously upset some teams there in the West, and look to make a playoff push.
Definitely. Adam says Ant-Man all the way. Cat had his chance. I agree. He definitely had his chance. Let's go to the East. Boston sit on top there. The Magic still on in the second seed. Bucks in third. Philly in fourth. My Mob down into the seventh seed. It's very tight in the East at the moment. It is still a bit early in the season. Heat the seventh.
All right, let's
not
just
really
put it this way. Which teams are you ruling out? Which teams aren't making the top 10? Detroit?
Well, I reckon how it stands now is potentially is the playoffs. Minus maybe a Brooklyn or Atlanta. But I can't see Atlanta dropping out. Maybe a Brooklyn out. And like Toronto's the only team I think that comes in. The Bulls are absolutely shit.
The Bulls are going to mate, that roster's getting blown up. That
Yeah.
roster is getting blown up. I'm telling you, it's not ending past. There's going to be moves out of that roster by the trade deadline.
Charlotte will be good, but LaMelo's always injured. So they started well, but then he got injured.
And then they struggle, yeah.
They're struggling. The Wizards, the worst duo, the worst 1-2 punch in the whole comp. The whole comp is Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma sauce. Just shows Jordan Poole got paid that bag.
Yeah. That has more down to do with Jordan Poole. You can go have a look at Kuzma. To start off the season was a bit slow, but now he's putting in that Kuzma work that we've seen from last season. And I think he's understanding that Jordan Poole ain't all who he was put out to be, and that he actually needs to take more certainty within game. Because if you go have a look at his last 5 games, he's putting up great numbers, assist numbers, points numbers. I think it actually frustrates me because like we kept Kuzma, Dom, the Lakers. He could have been the third guy, man. He could have been the third guy.
You could have had Kuzma and Caruso. The team would have been way better.
Still kills me. When we won the championship, we blew up the roster every time. It just.
I know. I can't believe that. I actually can't believe that.
KCP goes to another championship-winning team, makes a great contribution towards Denver Nuggets. That's what he did for the Lakers. Why did we get rid of him?
You got rid of all your defensive guys in that season. All your guys that played D, you got rid of them. Replaced them with I don't even know who you replaced them with, to be honest. So, like Caruso played D in that team, and KCP played D. Even Kuzma wasn't too bad.
Yeah, but like Kuzma's game has now developed. I feel like, man.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I don't know what his contract situation is like, but man, if you're a contending team and you need it.
I agree with that.
You need a third guy. I'm telling you, go out there and get.
I agree with Matty Tabe though. Would Kuzma have grown as much at the Lakers? I don't think he would have. I agree. He's grown because he became the man.
Yeah, I agree that. I would agree with that. But
like behind LeBron and AD, like it's hard. It's hard. Guys that succeed with LeBron, it is hard. Like he does make you better because you get. This is the whole thing with Jordan Poole. Like. He was so good because look at the team that he played on. How many guys there are they trying to stop? So you're going to get open looks and have more freedom to play your game. With Klay Thompson and Steph Curry getting all the attention, like even Wiggins was getting more attention at one stage before Poole started kicking off. They had 3 guys doing everything offensively, and then he came out of nowhere. He gets paid. Then goes to the playoffs, lays an absolute egg in the playoffs, like a monumental egg.
You only see that many. You only see that many donuts at a Krispy Kreme parlor, mate.
Like it was, but was he in that? He wasn't in the championship team, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but he was shit. It was just Curry that dominated.
He didn't do much in that series.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He laid an egg. They were terrible. He was not. They were terrible. They won the title. He was terrible. Anyway, only team drop potentially coming in the East is Toronto. In the West, Golden State's outside of the top 10, so I expect them. They're a bit of a danger side. The other team again, Source, I'm going to say it. There's only one game left, and then Glock Morant's back in there. They are only 4 games behind the 10 seed.
Yeah.
So Memphis could be anything still. Don't rule them out. So when the Glock comes back. All right, Sauce. Let's move on to the Premier League. Oh, gotta love the football at the moment. It's just been fantastic. It's been so good for some teams, not for others. Burnley defeats Sheffield 5-0. Brentford 3-1 over Luton. Arsenal get the job done against the Wolves 2-1. Everton 1-0 over Nottingham. Any comments on the Arsenal game? That goal that Saka kicked was unbelievable, by the way.
Yeah, there was that goal, and then did you see the Odegaard goal? No?
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
2 great goals. Probably could have had a third, but nonetheless got the win. And it's always a tough game. You had a midweek fixture, then you got to back it up.
Yeah.
And then we've got another fixture tomorrow, so we're literally playing 3 fixtures within a week, Dom. 3 fixtures within a week. So tough period. Tough. This is a really, really tough period for English clubs coming up. There's other Germany, I'm pretty sure, takes a break. Italy takes a break, a little bit of a break, but the English league plays straight through all the way.
Best league in the world, mate.
Yeah, and I mean it's a tough time. The fixtures are really close together, and this is where some teams make it, and some teams they break it, mate. And this could be the downfall of some teams that might be title contenders, and then the teams that are title contenders. At the end of December, you sort of see going into the new year who are going to be the teams that are truly contending. I've seen it too many times in December. In the month of December, Arsenal fuck everything up. We're doing well until this point. We in this part where the fixtures are really close together, we struggle. But I feel like we've got better depth than we did back then. So
correct. The depth came a bit late last season for you. In Jorginho and Trossard, and that came a bit too late, in my opinion, because you already had a few injuries. If you had that a bit earlier, then you could have added again, which is what's happened. You got the depth and you added again in the off-season, so now you have a more well-rounded squad going into this season. So maybe if you had this squad last year, you probably wouldn't have bottled some of those games towards the end of the season. Against some of those fixtures against those terrible teams that were watching it, just going what the hell are these guys doing? But you're looking good. I'm glad one of our teams is playing really, really well. So I'm glad. And I'm like I always say to you, if I want any team to win, because it's out of 3 teams this year, Source, and I'll talk about the third team in a second, because it's Arsenal, Man City, and there's one other side in there. All right. I want you guys to win it when I mention the third team. All right. No chance I want the other 2 winning. Nottingham lose to Everton 1-0. Man United, fantastic effort. Lost 1-0 to Newcastle. They just got absolutely fucking annihilated and got their first corner at the 82nd minute mark of the game. That is how well we played, Source. We got our first corner in the 82nd minute mark. It was great to watch. Marcus Rashford came off and threw a tantrum like a little baby when he did he did nothing. Bro, I didn't even think he was on the park. I swear to you. I didn't even realize he was playing with his fucking orange hair. And mate, get your shit together. Did you hear what Paul Scholes said? If you haven't, go listen to it. He flamed him. He pretty much flamed him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard it.
Gave it to him.
A serve. Gary Neville gave him a serve too.
Yeah.
Plenty of ex-Manchester United, greats not enjoying watching Manchester United. Let's just put it that way.
It's terrible. Another goalkeeping blunder. And credit to Newcastle. That was their 3rd game that they played within 7 days. And they beat us.
And they got a lot of injuries, man.
They got 9 out. Well, 10 now. They lost the keeper. Pope got injured in that game. And they reckon
And
De
what
Gea is going to come to, like, they want to try and sign De Gea. Apparently.
United?
Newcastle.
Oh, that's smart. It's a good signing.
Yeah, it's a good signing, mate. We should never have got rid of him, but it was a good signing by Newcastle.
What were you telling me the other day? There's which players have fallen out with Ten Hag and are going to end up being pushed out of the club?
Sancho, Varane, Casemiro, Mason Mount, who just got signed, doesn't play a lick of minutes.
Is he on the bench? Does he sit on the bench? Does he?
I think he's been on the bench. He was injured. He came back. He might have picked up something again. But so those four. Then he wants to get rid of Lindelof, Johnny Evans, Donny van de Beek. Who else was there that he wanted to get rid of? Oh, Ericsson. I think he had a falling out with Ericsson as well. He doesn't play anymore. Christian Ericsson does not play anymore. I haven't seen him play for like ages. He might come and play like when you got 2 fixtures in a week, like Champions League and stuff. Yeah. But he doesn't get a run in the Premier League. I know McTominay was playing good football. So there's those 7, but take Ericsson out. Those 7 that I mentioned to you, he's actually looking to get rid of all 7 of those guys.
So
I
crazy.
think the word was that he wants to turn over 13 players from this current squad in the offseason. 13. It's almost half the squad. I'm just putting that out there. Anyway.
Interesting.
It's good to see. Blame Ronaldo. Yeah, it was all his fault. Yep. They said that, Ronaldo was a prima donna, you can't get along with the coach. Oh, what do you know? He's a professional, fell out with the coach. Varane, professional, fell out with the coach. Sancho was a young kid. Yeah, he's probably got a bit more attitude. I get that. I'll give him a pass. Casemiro, ultimate professional. All 3 of those guys, Ronaldo, Varane, and Casemiro, won Champions Leagues together at Real Madrid. This is the funny thing. Like, these are a consummate professionals, mate. Some of the best footballers to ever play in their position, ever, of all time. Of all time, Source. And they fell out with the coach. Like,
I don't know. There's too many fallings out for it to be the players all the time. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, shit happens. We're shit. Anyway, credit to Newcastle. They fought hard. They got the job done, mate. I'd be happy with that as a Newcastle fan.
This is just the last story. I'll leave it on. And I don't know if this, maybe this is, people can take of it what they will in terms of read between the lines of what it might mean for Ten Hag's persona. But there was a young 17-year-old from Ajax. When he was at Ajax, he came with like this flashy haircut or something, right? And Ten Hag said something about his haircut, right? And then this, 17-year-old, he smartly turned back, just jokingly said, he goes, you just worry about your hair and I'll worry about my hair. And he's obviously got no hair. And he was starting at that point. The next 2 games he started on the bench. So,
yeah, and then I think the story goes that he said to him, you won't play till you fix your haircut. And then he fixed his haircut and then he had to apologize to him.
Yeah.
After he got the haircut. So the bottom line is he's a fuckwit.
He's a fuckwit. Like that, I don't know. I just look at it like, if you can get so offended over a 17-year-old joking because you've got a bald head, mate, you got a bald head. Like, people are gonna joke about it. Like, it's just something that happens. Yeah, like even people used to give Gary Ablett shit for having a bald head, at AFL games. Yeah, like it just happens, right? It's no different. Some people give ginger people a rough time because they got red hair, right? It's just like, it just happens. The fact that you take something so seriously and hold that against the player in that manner is just, I don't know. You're supposed to be able to, as a manager, there's got to be a line between dealing with the players, being a people person and understanding them in a way, and not taking everything, there's times to be serious and there's maybe times to have a joke and things like that. And I think you've heard coaches talk about that before in having a balance and having a good environment. And, I just feel like his demeanor and the way he goes about things does not build a good club culture and environment there that people that guys want to, once they cross that white line, they want to do everything for him as the manager. Like I just don't feel that the players want to do that for him. I don't know.
No,
I think it's
they
only,
don't wanna
honestly,
go-
I
yeah.
think it's a matter of time before Ten Hag is out. Now I could be wrong.
I don't think he's going to go, Source. They'll stick by him. They want to see what happens. Like, if we win that Newcastle game, we are in sixth spot, equal with Tottenham. Just goal difference of Tottenham's better than us. And we're 2 games behind Arsenal. We're now 3 games behind Arsenal. Like, it's not like we're a mile behind. It's not like Solskjaer when we were in 10th spot and then Ronaldo came and literally saved us. Like that situation. But my biggest concern is there's no identity. I've spoken about this a million times on this show, man. A million times. There's no identity. There's no game style that is even noticeable by a Manchester United fan and those outside of the Manchester United fan base as yourself. When you watch us play, you're just like, what are you actually doing? I was told that before the Guggenheimer press, whatever the fuck they were talking about, this Dutch type of football, the Guggen press, that when we lose the ball, we're going to get it back within 3 seconds. Mate, we attack and no one runs back to defend. I thought that was going to be our football. We lose the ball, get it back. Not they hold the ball for 25 minutes. You get the ball and you make one pass, you turn it over, and then they've got it again. So there's no identity. And I understand there's a lot happening at the club with the managers and, the owners and just everything that's happening there. That the stadium's falling apart. Like, it's just a shambles. It's actually a shambles. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I would have preferred Mohammed bin.
Yeah, they haven't reinvested.
I think it's Mohammed bin Salem. I actually wished Mohammed bin Salem bought the club, and I also, and because when his bid got rejected, I was hoping Sir Jim Ratcliffe bought the club. I don't want him to get a 25% stake because I don't want the Glazers to have 75% stake in Manchester United because the Glazers know nothing about football. We've got more debt than ever before since they become owners. No difference has come. Like, since Ferguson literally just patched up all the problems. And you just notice when, as you're saying, a respected manager leaves the football club with his footballing staff, look what happens. No one's been able to replicate anything except for one guy. And that one guy, which was exactly the same as Cristiano Ronaldo, voiced his opinion and told the truth, and that was Jose Mourinho. He bagged the club as manager. He bagged the club. We finished second. Source. Jose Mourinho got Manchester United to finish second. He bagged the club, said it was a shambles in his own way of thinking. He said there's no heritage at the football club. They don't play for heritage anymore. It's gone. It's gone. Next season, we flogged him off. So it's just trouble. Just trouble everywhere. Anyway, enough on United. We're shit. There's better games on this week than that one. West Ham drew with Palace. Chelsea defeat Brighton. Another red card. 2 captain red cards in 2 weeks. Reece James captained the club last week, red carded. Conor Gallagher captain this week, got red carded. But good win overall there. Bournemouth, Aston Villa 2-2. Man City, Tottenham play out a 3-3 draw, Source, which was unbelievable. And the third team, which in my opinion is the dark horse to win the title this year, is Liverpool defeating Fulham. Yeah, compared to last year.
Well, compared to last year, yes, it was a 2-horse race, but
you weren't on the record, man.
Horse.
They are. They're quietly playing very, very well. Very, very well. Like, they bounced back massively from last year. So they're sitting in third at the moment, I'm pretty sure. Fixtures this week, tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow morning, 6:30, Wolves, Burnley, 7:15, Luton, Arsenal. Great time, 7:15. Thursday morning, we've got Brighton, Brentford, Palace, Bournemouth, Fulham, Nottingham, Sheffield, Liverpool, Villa, City, Man United, Chelsea, Everton, Newcastle is on Saturday morning. Tottenham, West Ham. Friday morning. Tottenham West Ham on Friday morning. Saturday night, Crystal Palace Liverpool. Far out. United's playing 2 games in 3 days. Saturday morning.
Told you, mate. It's jam packed.
Sunday morning, at 2 a.m. Brighton Burnley, Man United Bournemouth, Sheffield Brentford.
Everywhere, football, mate. From Wednesday all the way to Monday.
Mate, even Arsenal's playing again. You're playing Villa. That's a tough game, bro. Sunday morning, 4:30. Away. That's a tough game for you. Everton Chelsea.
We need to get a win there. We need to get a win.
Monday morning, Everton Chelsea, Fulham West Ham, Luton Man City, and Tottenham Newcastle.
There you go. Big
Mate,
games.
It is just a
massive. Doma, before you moved on, you moved out of the Tottenham Man City game before, finished 3-3. Just wanted to say, did you see the miss from Erling Haaland?
It was one of the greats.
One of the greatest misses of all time, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen it, he wants to complain about, he'll complain about the referee at the end not playing the advantage, which if you haven't seen
that's fair enough. It's fair enough.
Was fair enough.
I don't think they would have scored out of it anyway. But anyway, whatever.
Yes, but it was fair enough because the ref actually called it advantage. It was a bit of, but don't worry about complaining about that, Erling. How about you just go back and have a look at the chance that you missed earlier in the game on the left peg? That, mate, let me just tell you, as the man, like a man of your caliber, should not be missing that chance. You, especially on your left leg. You know, that's your preferred foot. You got to put it in the back of the net.
It's moments like that, Source, when you're watching it as a fan. If you play community football, you just feel a lot better about yourself. You're a striker, and you've fluffed them here and there. You know, you just feel a lot better. You go, even the best do it. So maybe my skills aren't too far off from Erling Haaland. That's what
it makes you feel a bit, you know.
It makes you feel adequate for once. It makes but I couldn't believe it. It was hilarious. Saucy did send me a message too. He videotaped Haaland's miss and he was just pissing his pants in the. I was crying of laughter when I watched it. It was so funny. But that was a ripping game. It was a good bounce back from Postecoglou because they'd lost 3 in a row. So
hey, look, they got a lot of injuries, and Tottenham, if they can stay there, get their guys back, and float around, they're a tough team to play against, regardless. Yeah. So think about it. They went to City, went to Manchester, went there and played an attacking game style, pressed. They got broken down sometimes in the press. Sure, they did, but hey, they pinched the ball at times with their press and got goals out of it. So they played a real attacking game style, and in the second half they were even more aggressive than they were in the first half. And credit to them.
Definitely. Standings: Arsenal on top, Liverpool second, City third, Villa fourth, Tottenham fifth, Newcastle sixth, United seventh, Brighton eighth, West Ham ninth. We only go through the top 10. Chelsea is in 10th. Bottom three are Everton, who obviously had a points deduction.
Yeah, we know that. Unfortunate.
So Everton, Burnley, and Sheffield, but Everton's only 2 points behind. Only 2 points behind Luton, so they've done well to get back their points. They were minus 10 points, or does it get deducted by the end of the season? I don't know. It doesn't.
Not sure.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think it's already been deducted because they've had some wins, Everton. So
yeah, they were winning a few, to be honest. James says, thanks for acknowledging Liverpool. No worries. Matt says the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut is 2 weeks. All right. Let's get to the real football, and that is the Saudi Professional League. Right? The fact that we're still going with this, people thought we're having taking it like it was a piss take, but I genuinely watch this stuff, mate. It's good football. Al Tawun beat Shabab 2-1. Al Raid defeat Craig Goodwin's Al Wada 2-0. Al Akdud defeat Edifak 1-0. Al Tay defeat Fateh 1-0. Al Halal, top of the table clash with a red card, defeat Al Nassr 3-0. And it was just Mitrovic and Milinkovic Savic putting on an absolute clinic in this game, to be honest. I got the boys out here on the... can you hear that? Can you hear the bike? Yeah,
Can't
mate.
hear the
The
bike.
young kids, they've put like a motor on their bicycle, and they're just going full
Full
sick.
Home job.
They're
Home job.
holding on, like one of them was just holding on to the back of him on his bike. He lifted up. He's literally popped a mono, holding up his bike and holding on to his mate while he's got the electric motor going, and he's just flying down the street. Just nutcases, mate. Yeah.
That's how we do it.
Doma, you got paid a nice sum by Sheik to talk Saudi League. Time to disclose it. No. I talk about it so then the Sheik can see it and then pay me the nice lump sum. James, I'm getting paid jack shit at the moment.
We hope.
That's what we're hoping. We want the double coverage podcast studio in Saudi Arabia. I told you, I'll do anything that they want. Al Fayha lose to Damak 4-2. Ittihad defeat Al Khalij 4-2. Al Ali beat Abba 6-0. They are terrible. I think Abba lost 9-0 last week. Or was that Damak? One of them lost 9-0.
Al Hazem. Al Hazem lost 9.
Oh, Al Hazem. They drew to Riyadh 0-0. And Riyadh's terrible. They're so bad. Upcoming fixtures. So they're now 7 points clear, Al Halal of Al Nassr. We've got Hazem Fateh, Damak Ittihad, Shabab Etifaq, Khalij Abba, Tay Al Halal, Tawun Fayha, Al Nassr versus Riyadh, Al Ali versus Al Raid, and Al Wada versus Al Aqdud. Get around it. What time's Al Nassr game on? 5 a.m. on Saturday morning, and I'll probably get up and watch that, to be honest. Why not? Champions League is the last thing. Arsenal 6-0 against Lens. You kick 4 in the first half or 5 in the first half. You just destroyed them.
5-0.
My phone was just going boom, 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 going crazy, mate. Just goal, goal, goal. I was like, what's going on? Bayern draw with Copenhagen. Let's just get to Madrid defeat Napoli. That 4-2. That was a good game. United draw to Galatasaray 3-1. No comment. So we're up 3-1 in that game. The one that I do want to talk about, though, Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle against PSG. You want to see one of the worst VAR decisions of all time? I messaged Source and said Newcastle have Paris on the ropes. This is unbelievable because I don't think they could make a sub because they had no one to put on. They were genuinely cooked. They had that many injuries. The penalty that got given, Source, the guy controls it, like in the box. It hits his chest. Like, he goes like this, hits his chest, and it comes up and hits his arm, and they gave a penalty. Every commentator was like, but he didn't try and defend the ball with his arm out. Like, he controlled the ball, and it hit his arm. It's unintentional. He's like, that happens anywhere else on the pitch. It's play on. But because it happens in the box, we've got to stop the whole game. We've got to VAR it. We've got to bring the ref over to the monitor, and we've got to give PSG a penalty to make him show face because they had a home game and they're losing to Newcastle, who played them off the park. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Pissed me off. Fixtures, I think there's some games this week.
You know that PSG is going to get the call, but they're going to get the call.
Yeah, I knew that. I was waiting. I was waiting the whole time for it to happen. I was like, how are they going to do it? How are they going to... Mind you, I want to find out who the guy is, by the way. I genuinely thought Kylian Mbappe was going to punch this guy's head in. I'm going to find out who the player was. He probably, at the end, Source, I swear to God, I've never seen a game where a guy probably should have kicked 5 goals in the space of 25 minutes. 5 goals. I want to find this guy's name. Barcola. He came on in the 62nd minute, Source. Barcola. Yeah. He came on for Kolo Muani. And he probably could have had 5.
Just kept fluffing him.
I was watching Kylian Mbappe every time he took a shot, just going, what are you doing? He missed 2 pretty much directly in front. He just sprayed him. He was like, he went up for one of them, Mbappe. He's gone up for a header, and that Barcola must have called for it. So Mbappe's pulled out of the header, and he was by himself, back post. He's gone to volley it. He's kicked it, skied it over the bar, And then Barba's turned around and gone like, "You called for it, and you just skied it. You should have just put it into the goals." So he was just losing his shit. Oh, Killian, he wasn't happy. You would have been happy if you went to Madrid, you clown. So suck on that one, Killian, you dickhead. All right, let's move on to UFC. Over to you, Sauce.
All right, Doma. UFC card over the weekend. It was a good card. You've seen a few fights. I didn't catch many of them, but you can comment on a few if as we go. I should have had the.
I only watched.
I know you've seen a couple.
UFC. What was it?
UFC Fight Night. Dariush versus Taskurian. And before we get into that, we'll bring up this bad boy and we'll let you know that this segment is sponsored by Roll Clean Soap. Head over to www.rollclean.com.au and check out their wide range of soaps, boost balms, magnesium bath salts, the works, beard oil, everything for your hygienic needs. And they keep you smelling fresh on and off the mats. So make sure you're not the smelly guy at the gym. Roll in with confidence and destroy the competition with Roll Clean Soap. Use double coverage at checkout for 20% off your first order. All right. We had UFC Fight Night. Benil Dariush against Arman Taskurian. Arman Taskurian gets the win with a KO in the first round. And then you had the co-main event, Jalen Turner against Bobby Green. I believe that was a no contest or something like that because the fight got stopped for some reason or another. I'm not exactly sure.
It's actually a good card, man.
And then you had Rob Font defeated by Deviusin Figueroa in the bantamweight division. You had Sean Brady defeat Calvin Gastelum with a submission in the third round. In the welterweight division, lightweight division, you had Joaquin Silva defeat Clay Guida in the with a decision that went the distance. And the last card to round out the main card of the evening was Dustin Svolsfus. I can't even say that. That's that. I don't even know. Stoltzfus defeated Pun Henley Soriano. And then feel free to check out the prelims if you want to check those out. But nonetheless, that was the results over the weekend. And then upcoming this weekend, we have UFC at the Apex, Song versus Gutierrez in the main event. So make sure you check it out this Sunday. It kicks off from the main card from 2 p.m. So that means the prelim card will kick off from 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Doma.
Matty Tape says, Boost Magnesium Balm is flying off the shelf. It's good. I like it. I did catch a couple prelim fights, Sauce. A couple interesting ones. First time I'd ever seen this happen in MMA, and Daniel Cormier said it's probably the first time he's ever seen it happen in MMA. So in the lightweight bout, Drakkar Klose versus Joe Solecki. Solecki came out in a flurry, was all over Klose, just beating him up. This ended in the first round, mind you, minute 41. Gets close to the floor, gets him in trying to get into a submission hold. Drakkar Klose, Sauce, picks him up. And you know when you go to slam him on the ground from a submission, you're getting held? He decides, when I pick him up, when I drop Solecki, I'm going to turn him to his side when I drop him, and his temple has bounced off the mat and knocked him out cold, bro, like gone.
Suplex him.
He literally picked him up and slammed him and turned him on the way down. His head went bang, rocked off the canvas, and he just, like, he wasn't holding on to him. He just went bang like that. I thought he was dead, mate. It was incredible. All that momentum lifting him up and just dropping him straight on his head. Knocked him out cold. He gets the win there. But the fight that you have to go watch, Sauce, this This was just ridiculous. It was the
You were
light
telling me
heavyweight fight. Rodolfo Bellato versus Ihor Potieria. What? I don't know what I was watching. Potieria and Bellato were just exchanging for 2 full rounds, knocking the living suitcases out of each other. Potieria in the second round mounts Bellato, Source. Full mount, hammer fisting Bellato. Like his head is bouncing off the canvas as he's dropping these huge hammer fists into his head. Bellato somehow gets his hands up and just survives it. I think he's Islander descent, Bellato, or Mexican. I'm not sure, but bro, he was just copying. He was getting rocked.
Brazilian.
He said he was getting. He actually said that he was out, but he was like out and then coming back too. As probably he was probably out, but then his head when it was hitting the canvas was waking him up, mate. Anyway, he ended up rolling over Potieria, and then when he rolled him, Potieria was up against the fence, and then he just started teeing off on this guy and knocked him out cold. Bro, I was just like, what is going on?
It was the exciting fight. That's what you want. That's what you want.
It was good. It was really good. But there was another card that you told me to watch, and that was the BKFC. Source. That is the most brutal thing I've ever watched in my life.
I told you it's brutal, Dom. It is. The cuts come quick on their face.
All right, man. Nah, like MMA is one thing, but BKFC, that it's actually on another level. On Platinum Mike Perry got the win against Eddie Alvarez. So Eddie Alvarez,
Eddie Alvarez's face.
Have you seen the first round? Just go watch the first round, Source. Eddie Alvarez pushed the pace, didn't get touched. He did not get touched. He rocked Mike Perry twice in the first round. So Mike Perry didn't duck and dodge anything. He was just getting hit in the face, and he just kept walking straight back towards Eddie Alvarez. And his head was like, he looked like Rocky Balboa in the first one against Apollo Creed, where his head is just getting absolutely pummeled for the first 3 minutes of the round or whatever the hell it is. Then the second round, like Alvarez was gassed because he's thrown everything, and he's probably thinking to himself, how is this guy not knocked out? By that stage, Mike Perry's face looks like he's got a fucking pumpkin on his head. That's how swollen his head is. And then he just threw some big shots. He cut, I think he might have fractured Eddie Alvarez's face because at the end of the second round, his corner called the fight. He said, no, he's not going out for the third round. We're throwing in the towel. He's done. And then he was like touching his face and it was all like jelly. I reckon he like fractured his whole face, mate. And the cut, he was swollen. It looked like he got stung by a bee and had allergic reaction sauce. It was fucking cooked. It's the most brutal shit I've ever seen in my life.
It's nuts. Hang on. Let's see if we can actually find it. Hang on.
Just type in Mike Perry looks like a pumpkin. Oh, it was unbelievable. Oh, I didn't know what I was watching, to be honest. It was just out of control. Oh, jeez. I got a photo. Have you got a photo?
Yeah, I got a photo, yeah.
It's just...
Holy moly.
You see that?
Holy moly.
It's just cooked, man. Look at his head.
There it is there. Look at him. Wow. Yeah, it's definitely fractured. That's absolutely nuts.
It's unreal, bro. It's brutal as shit. Shout out to the Aussie, by the way. She's the champ in BKFC and she defended her title. So good on her. Faya? It's Faya, F-E-A. I think she was, if I type in BKFC 56, Ferreira. Yeah, the Aussie. got the job done. All right, Sauce. Let's get into hobby talk. I haven't got the banner. I just remembered actually just now, but we do have a new code for Mint Collectables. Let me just go to Mint Collectables in the DMs. Very sorry about this.
That's all right. We will just say go to Mint Collectibles. You're gonna have to listen to the show to get the code. You know what I mean?
Double coverage 20 is the new code. So double coverage 20.
Double coverage 20, all lowercase. Listen to the show to obviously get the discount. We won't put it in the description. We have got their link to their website in the description, so you can find that there. Then when you go to checkout, add your items to cart and then type in double coverage 20 in the coupon code to obviously get 20% off your order. We'll put it that way just so hopefully, unless there's people who are that keen to get the code, they are listening to the show and use it on their bot programs. And that's unfortunate, but we won't make it as easy as possible for them, Doma, which is all they got to do is just click on our video and go to the description and find the code. They'll actually have to sift through the hour of content and find where we're talking about it. So it's just annoying. It's just annoying, isn't it?
It is annoying. It is annoying.
It's annoying that they have to ruin it for other people. But as we were told before when we reported on the show, that there's no bots. There's no bots. So maybe we shouldn't worry. But nonetheless,
correct.
We have hobby talk. There's been a bit going on. Doma, where are we starting?
We're going to start here. This is an interesting one. Yeah, we haven't really seen too many humongous sales in sports cards for a while. I think that's fair to say. But we had this sell this week. 1914 Baltimore News Babe Ruth. $7.2 million sale.
Wow.
For a SGC 3. So it sold at Robert Edward Auctions. Didn't go through Golden. That's probably why it didn't really get as much traction, to be honest. But that's an interesting one. There's the card in question. Babe Ruth. Very nice.
I wonder how many of these are out there. I mean, it's from 1914, over 100 years old.
Correct. I'm not sure how many.
Baltimore News. What does that mean? It came from a newspaper, came as a promotional material when you bought something. I don't know. Who knows where it came from? If anyone knows the origins of the card, let us know. But yeah, it just goes to show that, I mean, that older stuff, vintage stuff. I think I've seen it a bit in the AFL space where some of those old vintage corny cards, old tobacco cards from back in the day, from old, real old timers, they sell. I mean, obviously not at that level of $7 million for the Babe Ruth, but still some really decent money for what is an old card that was taken out of a packet of cigarettes. It's quite interesting. So yeah, look, I couldn't say I would spend $7 million on that, but the person who's spending $7 million on that probably has a cracker Babe Ruth collection, wants all the Babe Ruth cards that they can have, and potentially
a director of assets at a company or something.
Maybe he's director of assets, and he's acquiring a new asset to maybe tokenize on their platform where they never tokenized anything. If you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about the Liquid Pump Place, also known as Liquid Marketplace.
Liquid Pump Place, that's very good by you. The Liquid Pump Place, I like that.
Yeah, you like that.
I like that. We could use that in the title of an episode one day. Liquid Pump Place, that's great.
So yeah, if you don't, we warn people about it on this show, which is funny enough, and ended up being fraud. If you haven't seen the Philion video on it, make sure you go check it out. Philion Liquid Marketplace.
James said, if I hold my Zion base card for 100 years, what am I going to get for it? Well, based off the market in the last year and a half, you lose about $1,410 because it's gone from 1,444 USD to 34 USD. So $1,410 off a year and a half. I don't think it's as rare and as scarce as that Babe Ruth. So, not sure if you saw that. The other one was the very famous LeBron James rookie 2003 exquisite patch auto LeBron rookie that sold for $2 million, Source, which you would remember was a huge sale. In 2 years, it has gone down 86.3% and has lost a value of $1.748 million of its value in the last 2 years after selling for $2 million. So I think it's at 232 or something at the moment. So very, 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 very interesting. So yeah, there's a few interesting ones there. Your thoughts, Source? Any surprises on a Zion Mosaic Silver Prism gone for 1444?
Yeah,
it's in a PSA 10. So
PSA 10 Mosaic Silver,
mention
Silver. Oh wow, rookie once sold for what was it, 1400 USD, and a PSA 10 is now down to 34 USD. Yes, you heard that right, 1400 USD down to 34 USD. That is the PSA 10 Mosaic Silver Zion rookie. It just go. I mean, I can't even in the whole spectrum of things now. The way how many releases there are and how many rookie cards there is of each guy, I actually don't even see where the value is. If a card is even numbered anywhere above 49, where the value is in it. Like, I don't know. You know, I'm talking about I'm talking about a card that's numbered that doesn't have an auto. Right? I'm talking about, you know, if the card's got an auto, different story, right? It's got some more inherent value to it. But man, if you're just buying a numbered card of a set like Elite or Flux or what other crappy sets do they make? But you know, just some of these bodgy sets that they just throw out there that are just fillers in between other better sets that are coming. Like what's the hold for those cards in the future? Like, is anyone even going to give a fuck about an Elite number to 99 freaking, you know, Ja Morant rookie in 10 years' time? Like, is anyone even going to give a shit? 15 years' time? Like, that's the question that I have in any of this. Like, is anyone going to care about those type of cards? Might be the true jar collectors. Maybe they want them, but, mate, are they going to have any sort of inherent value? You know, like what could be his rookie autos or, you know, his on-card rookie ticket autos or something of that nature. I don't know. I would rather have the rookie ticket auto or, you know, some sort of one-on-one auto or something like that. Yeah, those sort of things. I mean, now I just sort of buy those cards as if I see them a good deal, and I think that I can, you know, maybe, you know, buy that card for 5 and sell it for 10, or buy that lot of numbered cards for X amount and, you know, make a little bit of money on each one as a bit of a flip, or have them to have something that shows. That's why I would buy them, or I just buy them because I like the guy, and, you know, at the end of the day, I look at it like, all right, like I bought a Scotty Barnes numbered, and I was like, yeah, it's numbered rookie. Worst comes to worst, I'm stuck with it, but, you know, I think he's a good player. It's interesting to think, like, you know, where's this going? You know, like, yeah. When you think of it like that, and you had all these people come into it over the time of that period, and looking at as investments, Dom, right? And you want to talk about it in that manner, like if you're thinking of having a card and you're wanting to sell it for a more, you know, a bigger amount in the future, I definitely wouldn't be buying, you know, those type of numbered cards, and I'd be sticking to certain cards.
It comes in waves, Source.
Yeah, as we
it
said,
comes in waves. I'm being serious. It comes in waves, this stuff. So
the best thing to do, Doma, is just collect what you like, and then you're never disappointed.
And buy singles.
Buy singles. And don't buy a LeBron RPA into 99 at 1.7 million.
2 million. 2 million. And lose 1.78 million, 86 million in value. I will if it's in a gold pack. Yeah. That just jog my memory. We forgot to do gold pack exchanges at basketball last night. Fuck. Next week, Matty.
Oh yeah,
It'll happen. It'll happen. I'm sorry. Austin Reeves
never
in
happening. I can go open
Austin.
one. I can go get one and open one now.
Yeah, we're gonna battle each other. What's the point in that?
No, that's a fair point. We do have to
Yeah.
battle each other.
Austin
I'll
Reeves
put it
in
in
the
my
news,
basketball bag now.
Saucy.
No idea. What's he in the news? Don't tell me he's being
Pulled
partying
the
with.
Jordan sequence move with the Chinese mob that do his shoe and will be a part owner in the company. Oh, get around him. Bought a signed jersey of Zion because it was way cheaper than buying a Zion auto card. Did you get the jersey from Juan Garcia? Do you know if it's legit?
Part owner. Oh yeah, nice. So does Austin Reeves have his own shoe? He wears this Chinese shoe company.
Yeah, the Revenator. That's what it's called, isn't it? It's called White Boy Can't Jump.
Part owner in Rigora. Interesting.
Revenator, Rigora, close enough. There you go. All right. The one I'll speak about at the end of the show. Bit of late mail that came in during the week. They are called AR1s apparently. That's a bit
Assault rifle. One.
yeah, it's not great for the American public, but anyway, good luck to him. Couple product releases. Yeah, James, probably not. Probably not. We gotta look at this one, Source. This one in particular. It is 2023, and I never thought I'd be reviewing this product on this show. But Topps MLS checklist, team set lists, and details. Here we go. Here he is. Lionel Messi is in the product. The base set features 201 cards covering stars from across the league. Included on the checklist is another 25 card Pitch Prodigies installment highlighting the MLS top rookies, which is good. This is where we got the famous Ricardo Pepi in a product like this. And that turned out to...
And this is the reason why also Saka cards blocked us because of top MLS.
Yeah. Maybe the other reason too was because he didn't even get picked for the American United States men's national team for the World Cup, Ricardo Pepi. So that's how good he is. Here he is, Lionel Messi, the man in question. Here he is. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I can't
wait to get my hands on a box of this, mate.
But this actually is my team. Saucy's aware of this, Inter Miami. I don't really speak about this much on the show, but yes, I do follow Inter Miami. But do I really now? I just loosely watch them. Let's just put it that way.
He was following before because they were owned by David Beckham. That was correct. The reason.
And I like to go for all teams that are in Miami. Hence why I'm happy about a certain mate of ours that has done a signing with someone, which I'll bring up at some stage. The parallels include soccer tile, 1 in 4 packs, the blue foil to 99, green foil to 75, gold foil, which is hobby only, to 50, orange foil, hobby only to 25, red foil to 10, and the black foil, 1 of 1s. Hopefully Topps doesn't have 25 1 of 1s of Messi in this product when there's only meant to be 1 1 of 1. So good luck to him. Autos. Alan Velasco, don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Jack McGlynn. We know who this guy is. Chicharito. He used to play for Man United. Match used memorabilia source. It says on the card.
Beautiful.
Topps 1983 football is the product's nostalgia kick. Oh, Ricky Puig used to play for Barcelona. Over here. The Pearlers. It comes out on November 29th, so it's out now. So check it out if you're interested. It is 8 cards per pack, 24 packs a box, 12 boxes in a case. It released on the 29th. What to expect? 3 autos or mem cards, which is pretty good. 4 kick core cards, 4 the top shelf terrors, 6 1983 football inserts, and 6 soccer tile parallels. But we want to go to the autos because all we care about is hoping that there is Lionel Messi autos in this product, which not there. Not sure if there is. Maybe there isn't. Next year. Next year we'll have everyone. It'll be a quad auto of Luis Suarez, Jordi Alba, Busquets, and Messi. That'll be a quad auto in the product, mate. I can guarantee it. All right. That's that one. Next one, which is a product that Saucy he loves. It's one of his favorite products. It is Panini 1-1 basketball. He doesn't like opening this product. He likes buying singles of this product.
Correct.
So here's the checklist. Blue to 40, purple to 25, red to 15, gold to 10, green to 5, black 101. Here is Jason Tatum. So bases that don't have a base card or parallel, there's a downtown insert inside of its source. Here is Paolo Banchero downtown. It's a sick-looking downtown with the dragon. Autos in 22-23, 1-1 are all on card. Among them are the Timeless Moments autos, which include a memorable image from a big moment in the player's career. That'd be a sick card to have that one there, Source. On-card auto, Steph Curry, Luka the Don, Jaden Ivey, Team Titans. There's Jalen Green. So 2 cards per pack, 1 pack per box, 10 boxes per case. Release date is December 6th, so Thursday here. Tomorrow in the United States. What to expect: 1 auto and 1 insert, parallel, or base card. There you go. You want to have a look at some of the autos in your source? Jersey autos, we don't care about. I think we'd like to see the memorable moments ones, I think. Halliburton in here, which is good. Purple, red, jumbo jersey autos. Jumbo jerseys. No. Where are we at? Prime rookies. Jeez. But there's a lot of autos in here. Timeless moments. Blue to 35. Purple, red to 25, gold to 10, green to 5, pink to 3. That's a photo, and a black 101. So you can get James Harden, Houston Rockets. This is the horizontal. Obi Toppin, Ant-Man, Tatum, Morant, DeAndre Ayton, Paul George, Ginobili. The vertical timeless moments are Bob Cousy, Stephen Curry, KG, Magic Johnson, Luka the Don, Allen Iverson, AD, Nikola Jokic, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Larry Bird, Dirk Nowitzki, Rasheed Wallace, Paolo Banchero, Chris Middleton, and Pau Gasol. So some pretty good players there for the timeless moments autos. It's pretty good.
Doma, Adam was asking, is this going to be in Chrome as well in regards to
they always do a Chrome version.
Yeah, so we'll go tops Chrome, then there could be a top Sapphire as well, MLS. Well, they've done it in the past. I'm just going off what they've done in the past. And then a top Stadium Club MLS, which they've done in the past as well. So there'll be a number of releases. I'm not exactly sure. You seen no Messi auto in that? Did you?
I didn't see a Messi auto in it.
Okay,
I can
so
keep
maybe
looking
they're saving
anyway.
it for the Chrome, but yeah.
I'll keep looking anyway.
I'll be honest with you. If there ain't a Messi auto, a chance of me hitting a Messi auto in the box, I ain't buying a box. I'll tell you that.
Carlos Vela. Carlos Vela's in it.
Yeah, okay. If I'm gonna buy a Carlos Vela auto, why would I buy one of him in an LAFC when I would buy like one of him for $10 in an Arsenal jersey?
Mate, you can get Giorgio Chiellini LAFC autos in here, mate. Shit, yeah. Get around that. Bloody nice. All right, Saucy, some good news for ComC. as well. If you haven't heard, you don't know, now you will know. They have been bought out by eBay. So the statement says, collectors and sellers, we are thrilled to share a very exciting announcement today that will benefit our customers, partners, and employees. eBay and ComC announced that our companies have entered into a commercial agreement to accelerate the growth of trading card hobby, and that eBay has made an investment in ComC. We're enthusiastic about today's news because we believe that eBay's investment and partnership will help us enhance the experience of collecting and engaging in the trading card hobby. We now have greater resources to invest in further innovating our technology, enabling our team to provide our buyers and sellers with ever more premium service and a frictionless experience. Today's announcement is a milestone step in our efforts to simplify sports trading card collecting, bring joy to collectors, and make the hobby accessible for as many people as possible. So that's fantastic news. Well done to the team at ComC. That is fantastic. We'll wait and see what transpires from this. So everyone loves ComC and what they do over there. So hopefully just it's a seamless collaboration, to be honest, which will be good. I'm going to throw it to you, Sauce, because I want you to talk about repacks at the moment because they've become the greatest thing on the market. I'm just going to leave this up while you can dive into it just a little bit. I'm going to leave this up right here, mate. A technically a grading / vaulting company is selling slab pack Sauce. Arena Club.
Look, we know this, Domo, that like there's the good and the bad with the repacks. We've seen Scamble, Justin Degenerate, Scamble. We've seen him and his type of repacks. And then obviously there's the other spectrum where you've got Trent from Cardladder. We've had him on the show and his type of repacks where, he's got a variety of different levels where there's obviously the instant hits were a cheaper entry point and there's no checklist. But then there's obviously the other ones at a higher price point where he provides a full 100% transparent checklist for every card that you're potentially getting, which is really, really, good. And I think any, quality repacker should be going down that road. And then you've got this situation of Arena Club, which is pretty laughable because it was funny enough that I seen someone get some sort of card out of one of these packs, and it was like a reprint of a Peyton Manning rookie card. It wasn't even an original print of the Peyton Manning rookie card, and they had it labeled as a Peyton Manning rookie card, not a reprint, which is pretty funny. But yeah, look, just be wary. Yeah, just be wary on social media. You see this push from influencers and people that, man, I'm just not call them influencers. Just call them, people of the hobby. People of the hobby that have a decent following. They're all pushing this Arena Club all at the same time.
Sounds familiar.
What does it tell you? What could potentially be happening here? Yeah, they're all pushing the same thing. This Arena Club repack all at the same time. If you haven't pieced the puzzle together already, well, you're pretty slow. But I'll piece it out for you. I'll put it together for you. They're probably getting paid or have some sort of financial incentive within what's going on, whether it be they're getting paid or whether it be they're getting some sort of free grading, whether it mean they're getting something in return to then promote this for people to go use it, right? So there you go. Adam Smith. Pac-Man was pushing this hard, but he has a finger in the pie. And I wouldn't be surprised whether, they've got an investment within Arena Club or whether they've got getting paid something from Arena Club, whether they're getting some sort of, free grading from Arena Club in return for that, whether they're getting some sort of, here's my a referral code. Anyone that comes through and signs up, will kick you back $20 for every sign up. Who knows what it could be? Like, it could be a number of things, but they've got some sort of game to push Arena Club. Now, we've had a look at Arena Club, and the concept of it looks really good,
Yes.
and the use of it, and the ability to trade, and all the different features it's got on it. It looks like a really cool thing. But at the end of the day, you still need to keep your cards in a vault with them, to then be able to do that sort of stuff. And maybe it's okay with cards that you aren't too keen on and you want to move them on for other cards and things like that. So it has its purpose. But for me, owning a card is the ability to be able to pull it out of your case at any moment, pull it out of your drawer, wherever you keep it, pick it up, look at it, touch it, feel it, smell it, rest your drink on it if you wish to do that, if it's a graded PSA card like I do. So that for me is what collecting cards is, like this whole digitalization. I mean, we've seen it with Starstock. We've seen it with what other platforms does it? I mean, ComC does it. ComC is like the start of that sort of thing. So
Yeah,
I understand where they're coming from with this sort of, but yeah, look,
the
just be
amount of
mindful.
notable people that are in this promo video from the hobby is hilarious. It's unbelievable. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Look,
anymore,
regardless, as we've always said on this show, when it comes to repacks, understand, just understand, ask questions. If someone's doing a repack and you ask them questions about their repack and they start to get defensive, just don't buy the repack. That's the reason for you not to buy the repack. Right?
Correct.
Anyone who's not defensive, they'll just tell you straight up how it is. Any repack that is, I would say, of the value of $39 or less, right? If they don't provide a checklist, I'll be honest with you, what do you expect? You spend $30 on a fat pack, mosaic fat pack, and you get absolutely jack shit anyway. So it's no different. Yeah, you just hope the repacker has done a half decent job, that you're going to get more than what you usually would out of a dud, $30 fat pack, in that essence. But if the repack starts to go into the 49 and above, 59 and above, 69 and above, if you're paying 99 and above, last time I bought a repack off Card Lab, it was $99. It was at a card show. He had the whole list of cards that I could have got. In the end, I think I ended up pulling a James Harden Aurora, which pretty good card.
That's right.
It's not the whole $99 back, but you sell that card today, it's like $60, $70.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot better than I've done out of a lot of mosaic fat packs you've seen me open, Doma, or Hoops Premium fat packs that I've opened. How many of
but that's the thing that, even Card Fever do it really well. They've got all the hits that you can get in the product, or the main hits. Like, at least there's transparency and you know what you can get. Fuck, I don't know. I'm so skeptical
in
on a lot
essence
of this
like that.
stuff,
I mean,
man.
what we've seen from Card Fever, yeah. Say they might I think when we seen them at Chart Collective, I think they said they had a 200 run on Pokemon repacks or something like that, or whatever it was, and they had the top 20 cards in the repack that you could hit in a poster. And I don't know, it might have been top 20. It looked like at least 20 cards on that poster.
It's about that.
Right?
About that.
And they obviously had the two biggest cards that you could hit in bigger images. And what they tried to do was, on the moment, you buy the repack there on the day. They were like, obviously, it's not up to you. You can take your repack away and rip it. But they were encouraging people to rip it there in front of them. And a lot of people were like, yeah, of course, let's rip it. And what that allowed them to do was, as cards got hit and got pulled out, they crossed them off their poster so people could rock up and go, oh, out of the top 20 best cards, you've only got 10 of them left, but there's only, say, how many repacks was there originally? 200. How many do you have left? Oh, we've got like 70 left. oh, okay, so there's still a decent chance of me to hit one of the top 10 best cards, right? So you weigh up those chances like by yourself. Don't just make an impulse buy. Just think about things a bit. So, and as I said, the best repackers will always tell you. Some will give you a full list of cards, like Cardlab does. Other repackers will give you a portion list of the cards and then tell you this is the top 50 cards you can hit, and there's 250 in the print run, or 200 in the print run, or here's the top 20 cards and there's 100 in the print run. So that's what the best repackers will do. The not best repackers will just say, here's my product, here's my repack, this is the best card you can hit, this is how much it costs. That's it. They'll just tell you the best card you can hit, and
you open it, you spend $100 and you'll get $1 card out of it.
Yeah, well, we've seen that numerous times, man.
That's
the biggest thing. Like if you're putting together a repack and you're charging $100 on the repack, I think it's fair to assume that you need to at least give back 50% of that value. I would think close to 50% of the value, at least per repack. No repack that someone should do. If you're paying $100 and say you're doing $100 100 times, I think it's fair to assume that you should at least be trying to give back 50%, maybe a little bit under, maybe some of them might be the 40%, but minimum 50%. And then obviously going up from there, and there's going to be, X amount that are going to be clearly above the 100, one that's going to be way above the 100, which is obviously the hit chase. And then, you're going to need to break it down from there. But, anyone doing a repack, I feel like the best ways to go about it is to, figure out obviously the cards and things and get your inventory in, and then trying to turn it over and make a 15 to 20% on top of that, and just repeat that cycle over and over and over again, and branch off into different sports and different, you might do Star Wars repack, you might do Pokemon repack.
And when it comes to scamble type repacks where you're breaking off the repack, literally breaking repacks, like that is the ultimate red flag for me, to be honest. The ultimate, in my opinion.
Well, look, you do see that. You do see some breakers buying other guys' repacks, and
buying other guys' ones are different. I'm talking about breakers creating their own, and that's been an interesting thing now. Like, I know C Blaze came out, he put a video out, and he was like, "Oh, they're taking up all they're pretty much the inventory and stuff, and they're putting into repacks and the comps and all this crap." He put in his video, and that can be also because a lot of card shops that made bank are getting butt hurt now, because a lot of people prefer to go to a repack than open a box and get nothing, because the optics, like you're saying, Source, is there's 300 repacks. They don't disclose anything but the top 10 cards. But because they know there's 300 repacks and there's 10 good cards, where there could be 35,000 boxes in a print run, and the odds of you getting a good card for $600, $700,
you could probably buy 4 or 5 repacks for one box that you buy.
Yeah, correct.
And
you'd lose just as much money as a box,
or you could win.
But you could win. The chances are higher, but realistically, if you spend $1,000 on a box and you get $50 in return, when you could spend $1,000 on repacks and potentially get $400 back on return, or break even, or turn a profit. So I understand why. The other thing too is, I think there's a lot of those old breaker pages, Source, that are starting to venture into repacks, because my thought that I had today was they're not getting stock allocation, so they've had to come and reinvent themselves a little bit, in my opinion. They've had to pivot. And they're trying to still chase the bank that they made in 2021, so then they have exorbitant prices on their repacks to try and get what they would get if they would have product allocation.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you can look into it.
The Sky High guys had a good setup at Hobby Hangout, had each repack list in a binder to see what was on offer. There you go,
That's
man.
good. I like that.
There you go. Shout out to Sky High. They do a repack up as well. So yeah, there's a few companies that do it really well. So I'm not going to sit here and be a Ziggy who just hates repacks through and through, which is fine. You can
and we
be
like
that.
you, Ziggy. Like, no offense to you, Ziggy. Like, we are fans of Ziggy,
Yeah,
but
no,
that's
we're
his
not saying
opinion.
anything,
That's his opinion.
but that's his opinion.
His
And
opinion.
he's
We
so
like
hard
them.
down on it, right? I'm of the view that, hang on, if I still want to open something and have the enjoyment of the excitement of opening something, right? I'm actually of the view I'm turning to a repack over a box because my odds are actually better if you do your research into the repack company and the repacker who's doing it, like Cardlab and like Sky High. They do a pretty good repack as well. They show you the whole list. For me, that's a good repack. Yeah. Then you make your decision from there. Is it worth it? Okay, I'm going to take the chance, right? But I've bought more repacks than I have. I mean, I should say I've bought boxes, but the boxes sit sealed. I don't open them, right? And they're generally Pokemon at the moment or One Piece. But other than that, mate, I can't even tell you the last time I opened a basketball hobby box. Like, I actually can't. It's been well over, I don't know, 16 months, 18 months, well over, right? I haven't opened a basketball hobby box in so long because I would rather if I've opened to try get something in a basketball product, it has been a repack. The last 2 times I've bought anything has been a repack. And you know what? The cards I've been hit out of it, I've not gone, wow, like, or made bank or anything like that. But I've hit cards that were decent and probably better than I would have got out of a hobby box, and I'm only spending a fraction of the price. I mean, let's not forget, to buy a half-decent hobby box, should you want, for me, Select or Donruss Optic or Panini 1-on-1 or Impeccable, one of those products, Noir that I like. I mean, you're looking at anywhere from 600 AUD up to
1,500 plus.
up to $2,000. When in that time, I was buying $79 basketball repacks.
Adam says better off buying a card you actually want rather than a random card you might not even like. Buy singles. Yep, I agree. Maddie says he can remember the last time you ripped stuff. It was 2 hobby hangouts ago and you pulled F all. Remember when we opened all those packs?
Oh, that's right. A whole heap of stuff, man.
And we got a pink mosaic. The best card we got was a pink mosaic LaMelo ball. The pink pack in the mosaic fat pack. Right. Maddie's gold pack smashed up. 100% it did. Like, I've said it heaps of times. I'd rather buy Maddie's gold pack than a fat pack from the shops for $35-$40, like for a fat pack. You get nothing. Nothing at all. It's just trash. So, anyway, it's all about value. And speaking about value and transparency and reality behind things, I'm a bit concerned, and a few other people in this hobby are a bit concerned. I think we're on the last round table. The second to last round table, episode 2. Something is slowly resonating with people that have listened to this show that watched that episode. And we spoke with Jay and we spoke with Dan about Fanatics takeover, and Saucy, Jay, myself, and Dan, predominantly run by yourself and Jay, you said something that I think has resonated, Sauce, and that was Fanatics is just going to get propped up by Rubin to just be sold. Because he was on the Bill Simmons podcast, he's been asked questions, he just deflects absolutely everything. There's been no accountability taken on anything when it comes to the loaded boxes or the multiple print runs of the 1-on-1s. It's like everything just flies under the radar because, as we say, 1 week in the hobby is like 4 years in reality, to be honest, because people forget about everything after a week. No one gives a shit. So I have concerns. I agreed with you when you made the statement, Source, but I have a lot of concerns. And he did this with StockX. I don't know. Your thoughts?
Never take anything that these guys say on face value. I mean, we've seen so many times from big companies, big businesses in this hobby, they just lie straight to the consumer's face. They'll say something on a podcast, they'll say this, say that, and then what do? They do the opposite. Well, they'll do something else that, is completely contradictory of what they've just, spoken about, whatever it be on whatever said podcast or, platform or whatever, right? So I feel like for Rubin, it's a managing job. It's a, let me cast my spell over here with this hand, and in the meantime, I'm putting everything together with the other hand. Got his minions doing the work behind the scenes while he just saves face on the outside, just long enough to prop things up to then eventually sell off Fanatics, the brand. Because I don't think you understand. Fanatics not only owns jersey, fan gear, all that sort of stuff. They're also into betting and gambling. They're now Fanatics, gambling platform. They've got their own, their own bookie. Fanatics itself, they're a bookie, right? They've got now the card sector, Fanatics, and Fanatics cards and Fanatics Live, where you've got that. What was the other one? They've got something else, and they've got a number of things. They've got a bunch of stuff. Just Google it, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not just, we know Fanatics own that and the memorabilia and that side of things and all that stuff, but it's all these things together. He's just piecing them all together to then give a big evaluation of the company, so that when it be that, I'm not sure if Fanatics is a publicly traded company, but potentially could be. And when that is the case, I mean, obviously he's going to hold a whole bunch of shares at pennies to the dollar. So once it gets listed and people get excited and then buy the shares, he'll dump a portion of his shares and cash out and make a shitload of money, right? And he'll probably still have an invested share in the company because he'll still have some shares which he got at peanuts for the dollar, right? So look, it's what these rich people do. And no, look, I'm not sitting here saying like anything against Rubin. I mean, he's a smart businessman. He's freaking, why do you think he's a multi-millionaire? So look, just don't get your hopes up that, Fanatics is coming in here and is going to fix things. As Doma mentioned, and as we've, our good friend Dan the Cardman has mentioned before on numerous times on his most recent videos about, there's still the issues. They never addressed the issues really about the stolen cards. They never addressed a number of issues that have come up since Fanatics has taken over, since, the Tops has had all these issues. So, look, what makes you think anything's going to change, mate? Panini used to not address these issues, and now Fanatics is doing the same thing. So, I'll just say the only way this ever gets better is if, as a hobby collective, we actually just stop buying product from these guys. Like, stores start refusing the allocation, start saying, I don't want it, but it just won't happen. You know what won't happen? Because, if this store refuses allocation, they'll just go, all right, we'll give it to this person. We'll give it to this person. Backyard Breaks, we'll give it to all to fucking Backyard Breaks if we have to. Jesus Christ. They'll just do anything to get rid of it, right? They'll just find any peanut to buy it and decide that they want to break, or decide that they want to sell Raz spots, or decides they want to do whatever hell else with it, right? They'll just find a way. So it just won't happen. And it's unfortunate to see that we'll never get to the point ever again in this hobby that you, me, or any average Joe Doma will be able to turn around and say, fuck, Impeccable's coming out. Fuck, Noir's coming out. Fuck, Donruss Optics coming out. I want to buy a case for myself.
That's not
right. It's just never going to happen, right? Because first of all, you got to pay an arm and a leg, and then you get absolutely taken up the ass with no lube by the fucking the local card shops. I mean, they want to make their dollar as well, don't get me wrong, but they fucking screw you over 10 times as well, right? So, yeah, they might get their allocation, but then they're looking, we only get this certain allocation. We don't want to sell a whole, case to you at a good price when we can break each box in a single box break or a 2-box break and, break a 12-box case of Dunross Optic down to 6 breaks of 2 boxes each and then sell the breaks box. They just look at it as dollar signs. They don't care about the average hobbyist, your cousin Dom, who's been in this for fucking 20 plus years collecting cards, that used to buy cases on the regular that can't get shit now. Yeah? Like, it's a joke. We'll never get back to the point where people will be able to, have that decision and go, fuck, this Christmas, I want to treat myself. I want to buy myself a case for $2.5 grand, right? Or $2,000 and
Can't do that anymore. Never.
Noir or impeccable or half decent product, right? So look, what can I say? I just, yeah, it's sad. It's sad that this is the case, but ladies and gentlemen in this hobby, do not think that Fanatics is coming in here and fixing problems, mate. They're just coming in here to make more money and just make more money. That's their business.
I'm very concerned. I don't know. I'm concerned about a lot of things in the direction in which it's going and everything. I don't know. I'm a bit concerned. So, but the case thing, far out. Like you said, so I agree with you completely on the case thing. It's just for us to actually go and have a case ourselves and rip it. I don't think we'll ever see the likes of that again. Never. So, anyway, that's it for the show. But we've got something special, which is really good because this wasn't expected. Something's obviously happened today, which is pretty good. I don't know if the Wi-Fi looks a bit lagged down there.
We don't know if their Wi-Fi is gonna allow him to come up on stage, but we'll give it a whirl. Doma.
We will give it a whirl. I'm just waiting to see if his camera starts moving again because it looks like
he's frozen. I don't want to bring him up. He's frozen.
Yeah.
But yes, we do have a special guest for you, ladies and gentlemen. Should his connection kick back off, and I mean it's a bit impromptu, but we'll definitely, hopefully, get him. Oh, there he is. He's gone. We hope it will try. He's going to try. Hopefully, come back. If he can't come back, we'll get him on another time. But it'll be good. It'd be good to have him on just to have a quick chat, even for 5 minutes. Just obviously about what's happening and what's going on with him.
I do have something else, Sauce. Don't worry. I got some filler while we try and get this sorted. I got a phone call. I got a lovely phone call this week.
I knew we wouldn't have that.
I got a lovely phone call this week on the weekend from one Matthew Tabe in the chat. Just gave me a buzz, want to have a chat. And always love receiving a call from Matty. And he rang me up and he goes, Doma, I got some news about South Australia. I go, what's happening? He goes, Gather Round, which we know with the football.
Yep.
On Gather Round, as well as the footy, there's an international boxing fight announced in Adelaide the same weekend. So Mark Rashuda on Triple M SA announced this during the week. And the only thing I could think of, an international fight, is Tim Tszyu potentially fighting Charlo for that. Like, that's been the call out. He said it's a big international fight, so that's all I can think of. But there's potential there, Source. International fight the same weekend, and we'll see what happens. But without further ado, before I don't want to risk his Wi-Fi dropping out, so I'm going to get him on. Big news today. by the great man. So bring him on, talk about it here first, I guess. First platform he's going to talk about it. The great Tyson Beck.
What's going
Good
on?
morning.
Yeah. It's early here, but my body clock's all over the place. So, yeah.
What's happening, mate?
Wi-Fi is awful here. So, sorry if it's a bit glitchy and everything, trying to my phone off the Wi-Fi.
But everything's going well?
Yeah. Trip's going well. It's been a bit crazy. Just hectic. Just keep going like 2 days in each city and just moving around. So it's been good though. And I'm just leaving to New York tomorrow for another signing. So trying to get up here and try and do a bunch all in one hit.
Nice. Well, if anyone missed it, so Tyson Beck announced today that he's doing a collab with Tyreek Hill from My Dolphins. So I'm pretty happy about that, Tyson. No, won't lie.
Nice.
So try and copy this
cool.
one.
We did the signing at his house. I'm very jealous. He's like living in my dream home.
I can just imagine.
It'd be like an MTV crib episode, wouldn't it? Like walking into
literally
his
literally the full size basketball court in the background, in the backyard, the pool. Like very jealous.
That's elite. He does seem like a pretty nice guy, Tyreek Hill. So he comes across lovely. The other one as well. These are some of the cars. Is Tyreek signing?
Yep.
Very proficient there. Your little
I like that thing. Very nice.
Yeah, that's how Tyreek likes it apparently. So, the board works well. So just had like how many? I think they hold 5, 10, 20 of those. So we had like 10 of those boards kind of lined up, ready to go. Yeah, they work really well.
And you also announced V2 of the Tyson Beck, Dennis Rodman collab, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, someone asked in the chat, Adam asked in the chat, how was Rodman and did you party with him?
Didn't party with him. It was early in the morning in Philadelphia. It was like 10 a.m. So it wasn't party time.
I love it. So New York next. Where else on this Tyson Beck tour of superstars? Where's it going to take you? So New York, because you know what game we're going to try and play, don't you? You're going to give us absolutely nothing, but Sauce and I are going to at least try and take a stab every city that you're going to on who you're going to sign. So I was wrong this morning, mind you. I did message Tyson. I go, oh my God, you're getting Dwayne Wade. And he just sends me the eyes emoji. And then that's like a bit of a G up for me. And I've gone, nah, he's sending me down a wild goose chase here. And then Tyreek Hill. And I'll take it. So New York.
Yeah. And then might be doing 2 in New York, but not too sure. There's another one that I don't have a city locked in. So it might be LA, it might be, but these guys are retired. So don't take it as like their team they play on. It might just be where they live. So the city doesn't help too much.
I see what you've done there. Yeah.
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 But how you been? How have you boys been?
Good. Can't complain at all. We're happy that you've actually jumped on, but we will tee something up anyway when you are back. Try and do something before Christmas. We'll get a nice podcast going. A list. For those that don't know, we actually tried to tee something up last time. Just the scheduling didn't work. We're going to try and do an in-person. It didn't work for the 3 of us. But the questions and everything were written out pretty much for Tyson. And since then, he's probably announced another 6 athletes. So we could do a nice long podcast. We'll try and schedule in something where we've got a bit of time. And if we have to, we can like try and split it in 2 parts if we have to for listening for people. If not, we just do Joe Rogan style. I might have to go for a very long time. And people love it anyway when you jump on our show. So they love hearing
a few cigars,
behind the scenes stories and how it works. And but yeah, besides that, the podcast been going great. So
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. I'm in Melbourne for Brady in January, so we could tee something up then, maybe, if you guys are available in late January.
definitely, we'll look at that
Yep,
for sure.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But other than that, you going to watch any games or going to, a bit
I
of
hope so.
enjoyment time, or like you doing anything
Man,
other than just straight business over there? We know you're busy,
kind
flat
of it.
stick.
Yeah, it is kind of straight business. Like I'm here for 12 days and I've got 5 signings. So, and that includes travel days. So,
Okay.
but that's I want to get home to my wife and daughter. Like, we got Christmas stuff going on. Like, it's not ideal. Like I don't. Yeah, it is really just business up here. And yeah, I wouldn't come up here if I didn't have a bank of them to do. It's not worth coming up just to do one. So yeah, made sure I've got a handful, and I'll come back, I reckon, in February and do the same, get another handful. And these ones that I'm doing, like I probably won't announce the other ones I'm signing. I'm not too sure yet because I might release them in April, May. Like I might withhold them for a while.
Torek didn't want to keep his 1 of 1, did he? Or
who's that?
Torek Hill didn't want to try keep his 1 of 1?
Nah. No, he didn't. He did like the cards though. Like when they were on the board, he's like, what the hell are these? He's like, these are different to what I'm used to signing. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, he was really cool.
Around, he's like, don't give me any more of that whack Panini shit ever again.
But yeah, it's always good to kind of get that interaction with the athlete. Like it's something a little different, something more unique, and yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, I'll try and I'm not too sure. I might announce the guys I'm signing, or I might just hold back and wait till like March, April and stuff when I'll release them, because I do try and go on sale with one player a month, or at least one player every 3 weeks. Yeah. So like I can't just drop things every week like the big companies do. I've got to schedule it out, and I've got things coming up as well. Like I got Volk in February for his fight, so like I've already got things scheduled in. So yeah, I will stretch things out, to be honest.
Yeah, you do have a bit going on.
I've been saving up because I'm also prepared for the Volk Doma to be in that collectors club and trying to sniper off a few people and just be like, yeah, mate, anyone that wants to sell, I'm the man.
Volk really wanted the 1 of 1. Volk really wanted the 1 of 1. He liked it.
And what did you tell him? You told him Saucy Collectables has dibs on it. Isn't that what you said?
I said you can take anything but the 1 of 1. So he took a bunch of others.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, it's always funny that the 2 guys that have asked you for their 1 of 1 happen to be fighters. So it must be pretty hard to just say, no, you can't take your 1 of 1 to the guy that could beat the living suitcases out of you if you really want.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys would know, Volk's like an absolute legend. Like he's the nicest guy you could ever meet. Like honestly, he's so down to earth and humble.
Yeah,
he didn't even want to, like, when he was signing the cards, he didn't want to like put his fingers on them and like sign it. He's like, I don't want to touch these. I don't want to ruin them. I'm a bit nervous. And I was like, just sign however you want to sign. Make sure you're comfortable when you're signing, because then we're going to get the best autographs. And like he did a few that he didn't like the autograph of, and he's like, let me change this, change that. And it was just like, yeah, it was really cool. He actually cared about it. Like it wasn't just a conveyor belt of just getting through it. He was honestly the nicest guy. Like really.
That's fantastic. That's really good.
Someone asked, out of the ring, mate.
Someone asked, doing any AFL cards for 2024. I'm pretty sure you said last time on the pod you had a deal with
Team Coach. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do Team Coach cards. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, within like the AFL players' contracts, they're not allowed to sign anything that's not officially licensed by the league. They've got a little under their players' association.
There you go.
It's a little bit different to like the states and everything. So I can't work with players directly that are current. I could work with players who are retired, but at this stage it's not something I've really thought about doing. I'm happy just doing the Team Coach stuff, and I don't know, maybe something changes later down the track, but to be honest, I haven't thought of it for 1 second.
No, you're killing it at the moment. So New York, LA, you said maybe.
Yeah. Retired. All these guys are retired. So, could be anyone.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. You know me. I like to think. I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some really good, obviously retired NFL.
Can I ask the sport?
Yeah, the remainder of these are basketball. Yeah.
Okay. Any soccer, Tyson? Are you gonna indulge me with some soccer in 2024? You're gonna give me
well, you
anything?
won't. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll get Messi at some point, but I'm sorry to say that, but
that's not bad for me, Tyson.
Okay,
there you go.
I'm trying. Yeah,
that's big. That'd be good, Tyson.
Yeah,
I think if you do that signing here in Australia, I will give you my word that I would love to meet him, and I'd love to wear a Ronaldo top to the signing if I get in there. But there is a reason why it's a good thing, Tyson, because when I present the Tyson Beck Tops Project 70 Lionel Messi is the GOAT card signed by yourself to him, and he signs it, then that actually becomes a nice piece in my collection.
100%.
It probably becomes the best card in my collection.
It is the best.
Unfortunately, but
it's the best card in your collection already, mate.
It's not.
It's better than that. It's better than that Ronaldo PSA 10 you've got.
Mr. Off-centered over here.
Oh, you've got it.
Yeah, it sits on a stand. I've got two Ronaldo cards on it. That one and then this one.
It's his coaster.
Global sent this to me.
That's actually a really nice card.
It's a refractor. It's very nice. It's numbered to 50, I think.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. He gifted that to me. To 99. Because he knows I have wet dreams about Cristiano Ronaldo, so he thought I might as well send him Cristiano Ronaldo cards. But yeah, you'd be happy. Your Messi card sat on a stand here for a very long time, Tyson.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
I knocked it over every day that I worked at my desk, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. But it sat on my desk.
Ronaldo would be good as well. Obviously, I would do it if it was possible. I was speaking to someone that had Ronaldo and could get it for me until he went and played in Saudi, and he said it's very hard now to get his autograph. It's much more expensive, and I guess now he's on a lot of money over there. It's just signing stuff is just a lot harder because the money's on. So it's unfortunate.
Definitely. No, that's okay, but that's really good for soccer fans, like to hear that if it's Lionel.
Yeah, I'm trying. Nothing's locked in, but
I know, but that's fantastic. That'll get the soccer fans very excited. Like, watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. So that's really good.
Is there scope for you to do something like, I mean, say you were to fly over you would get a connection with something, and then you were able to go to fly to England and do like a bunch of players that were from the Premier League or something like that, and do something like this similar situation where you're like going over there to do like a batch of signings of different players or that scope or something like that.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like someone like Haaland would be good. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would just be finding a contact that has a handful of them. And yeah, could potentially do it. But yeah, I definitely wanted to get into soccer. I was hoping to get a few tennis players at the Australian Open, but I've just got a little bit too much on the plate right now. And I just didn't. Yeah, I was really hoping I'd be able to get like a Joker.
I wouldn't mind a Joker or autograph.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, but it's just
I gotta ask.
The Princes. Yeah,
because there's a guy that would actually love to probably do a collab with you. I reckon he would love it. If you approached him, he'd do it, I reckon, in a heartbeat. Whether it'd fly off the shelves, Tyson, I don't know. But Nick Kyrgios, I'm telling you, he probably, if you approached him, he'd do it. With your work. Because I know, I think
my internet dropped. I'm back.
You're back. Nick Kyrgios, I think, would be keen.
Yeah, 100%. I did reach out, but I didn't hear back. So that was like a year ago. So, yeah. He'd be cool.
I think
I'd definitely get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want, Djokovic would be good.
Djokovic would be so good.
I think I could potentially get him because I know the contact. But yeah, I would want to do it in Australia, but it's too much going on right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
you could make so many sick Djokovic cards too.
Like, yeah. And I mean, he's about to pass. He's about to break the record, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's so good. So good.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic. It looks like it's all moving along very nicely. Obviously, you can see how taxing it is on you in terms of like your schedule and stuff and how many places you need to be at, which is crazy. And it just shows your commitment to your fan base as well. So I know we appreciate it and everyone that listens to the show appreciates it. So like keep killing it, man.
Thank
love
you.
your work.
Yeah.
So
no, I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll let you boys go. Like, I know it's been a long live stream. So
no, all good, man. We're just glad you jumped on. So thank you so much. But like we said, you're muted, Sauce. Saucy, you're muted.
I must have knocked my
He's so excited that he's muted himself.
Yeah, I threw it. I casted out the line to Tyson this morning. I was like, by any chance, if your sleep's whacked up because of the jet lag, I'll send you the link. If you're awake and you feel like jumping in, jump in. And so it was awesome to have you on the show, Tyson. Obviously, thank you very much for jumping in. It was a good way to end Hobby Talk, and obviously we'll definitely get you on. Hopefully in January, if we can do an in-person pod, we know if we can organize, you're going to be here and we can organize some time. As I said, we'll try to get something organized, probably one of those little rolling vans where they rock up wherever you are, and the van, you hire the van comes, you do the podcast in person in the van, wherever you are, just so it's nice and easy. But something definitely in person would be great.
Longer format. I got a friend that just set up a podcast studio in Melbourne outside of in the suburbs. I can't remember what suburb it is, but it's not in the CBD. I'll chat to him because I don't know when it opens, but that could kind of be cool to use that.
That'd be sick.
Awesome.
Definitely. That's awesome. Really nice. Perfect.
Sweet.
Alrighty. Thanks again, great man, for joining us. We appreciate it. And then we're going to end the show on this. So on behalf of myself, the great man Sauce, and Tyson Beck himself, keep living, loving, and breathing sport. It's Double Coverage, and peace out.
Peace out, ladies and gents.
See ya.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, Double Coverage.